Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the state quarter dollar, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. There's a coin sitting in millions of homes right now. A coin that was never meant to be rare. Never meant to be valuable. Just a simple piece of metal, struck for collectors, tucked away in a plastic case. And yet, some of these coins have become hidden treasure, the kind of treasure that turns one ordinary quarter into life-changing money. And it all starts with the year 2000. Not just any coin from that year. We're talking about one of the most talked about, most searched for coins in America right now, the 2000 state quarter dollar from a United States mint-proof set. You've probably seen these before. The state quarters were everywhere. People collected them by the millions. Some even framed the whole 50-state series. But very few people know this. One small batch of these 2000 state quarters, minted for proof sets only, have become some of the most valuable modern coins ever struck by the US Mint. And it's not just because they're old. It's not just because they're shiny. It's because some of these coins were struck with rare, wild, almost unbelievable errors and minting mistakes. Mistakes that slipped through the Mint's strict quality control and landed directly into collectors' hands. Imagine that. You're opening a proof set from the year 2000. It's pristine. The coins look untouched. You glance at the quarter. Maybe it's from South Carolina, New Hampshire, or Virginia, and everything looks normal. But then, something catches your eye. A detail that doesn't belong. Maybe it's a doubled image. A missing mint mark. An ultra-rare strike variation that nobody was supposed to see. And suddenly you realize, this isn't just a quarter. This is a jackpot. These rare 2000 proof quarters are the holy grail of modern coin hunting. Why? Because they hide in plain sight. They don't look rare to the untrained eye. They're not made of gold. They're not ancient. But if you know what to look for, if you spot one of the key errors, you're suddenly holding a coin that collectors will pay serious money for. And we're not talking about pocket change. Let's get real. These proof quarters, when discovered with the right error and in perfect or near perfect condition, have sold for thousands at major auctions. Not once. Not twice. Multiple times. So how much are we really talking about? Depending on the state design, the specific type of error, like a dramatic die clash, off-center strike, or the infamous experimental planchet mistakes. And of course, the coin's condition. Some 2000 proof quarters have sold for eye-watering amounts. What you thought was just a shiny 25-cent piece can be worth more than your rent, your car, maybe even your credit card debt combined. And it gets crazier. These coins have been verified, graded, authenticated, and bought by serious collectors for no less than $2,700. And in the rarest, cleanest, most desirable cases, sales have hit as high as $45,000. Let that sink in. $45,000. For a quarter, you could have passed one at a garage sale. You could have one in a box from 20 years ago. You might even have a set sitting on a shelf right now, unopened, untouched, and full of potential. That's the scary part. People are selling these proof sets at estate sales, flea markets, online auctions, without even knowing what's inside. All it takes is one misprint, one striking mistake, one fluke from the mint, and you've got a coin that could change your life. The US Mint's 50 state quarters program was one of the biggest coin releases in modern history. But in the massive production of those proof sets, especially around the year 2000, a few incredibly rare mistakes slipped through the cracks. Those mistakes are now worth thousands, even tens of thousands. And they're sitting in the hands of people who don't even know it. So here's what you need to do. Find your 2000 US Mint proof set. Open it. Pull out the quarters. Examine them under good lighting. Look for doubled letters, ghosted images, missing mint marks, off-center strikes, or even coins that feel like the wrong metal. If something looks strange, different, or just off, stop everything and get it checked by a professional grading service. Because you could be holding a small disc of metal worth more than a down payment on a house. These coins don't scream. They don't shine brighter than others. But they whisper wealth to the person who's paying attention. And the value? Again, depending on the state design, the rarity of the error, and the quality of the strike, these rare 2000 state quarters from proof sets have sold for between $2,700 and a staggering $45,000. One quarter. One discovery. One moment that could change your life. Check your proof sets. Check your drawers. Because the next big coin find in America might already be in your hands. Top 2. Somewhere in America, a simple little coin, no bigger than a bottle cap, is sitting silently in a box, a drawer, maybe a closet. Most people wouldn't even give it a second look. Just another quarter. Just another shiny coin from some collector set. But what if that little coin, from the year 2006, was actually worth more than your car? What if it was worth more than your credit card debt? Or even more than a year of rent? This isn't a joke. It's not hype. This is one of the most overlooked, most shocking, and most valuable coins quietly hiding in homes across the United States. The 2006 American state quarter dollar from a U.S. mint proof set. People all over the country collected these quarters when the 50 state quarters program launched. You remember it. Everyone had a map. Everyone had a folder. But what nobody realized back then is that some of those quarters, especially the ones sealed in proof sets, were struck with freakishly rare mistakes that the U.S. Mint never meant to release. And in 2006, a handful of those errors slipped through. They made it into collector sets. They were sealed up, sold, gifted, and stored away. And now? They'd become treasure. Quiet, hidden, unbelievable treasure. The difference is almost invisible to the average person. These aren't the quarters you pulled from change at the grocery store. These are the proof versions, struck with specially polished dies, designed to be flawless, shiny, perfect. But some of them weren't perfect. Some of them had issues. Errors. Striking flaws. Variations in the design. Missing details. Wrong planchets. Or even doubled images so rare, most collectors will never see one in their lifetime. Imagine this, you're looking through an old proof set. It's still sealed in that black and silver mint packaging. You pop it open, expecting just a few shiny coins. Maybe you're showing your kid, maybe you're thinking about selling it online. But then you pick up the quarter. It looks different. Something's off. The design is warped. The text is doubled. Or maybe the mint mark is gone completely. Your heart skips. You look again. And in that moment, you realize this isn't just any coin. This could be one of those coins. One of the ultra-rare 2006 state quarters that has sold, not once, not twice, but multiple times, for thousands of dollars at auction. Because here's what the collectors and dealers don't always tell you, value in the coin world is about more than age. It's about rarity. It's about demand. And when you combine a modern proof coin with a major minting error and a limited mintage, that's a recipe for serious, life-changing money. And let me be clear, these aren't pennies. These are proof quarters that have been authenticated, graded, and sold for massive sums of cash. If your 2006 quarter has one of those rare features, like a doubled die, a mint mark issue, an off-metal strike, or another significant flaw, you could be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. Collectors are hunting for these right now. Dealers are paying top dollar. And once these rare coins are found and bought up, they disappear into private collections, possibly forever. That's why time matters. You can't sit on these sets forever. Every day, someone is waking up and realizing they've had one of these rare coins for years, and they're finally cashing in. Don't let someone else walk away with the money you didn't even know you were sitting on. If you have a 2006 U.S. mint proof set, especially one that includes state quarters like Nevada, Colorado, Nebraska, North Dakota, or South Dakota, you need to check those coins immediately. Pull them out. Inspect every detail. Look for doubling. Look for ghosting in the text. Look at the mint mark. Look for anything that seems off, strange, different. Because your quarter could be the one. And depending on the error and its condition, especially if it's graded PR 69 or higher, collectors have paid anywhere from $2,700 all the way up to an astonishing $39,000. Yes. From a single 25-cent coin to $39,000. It sounds unbelievable. Until it happens to you. So go find that 2006 proof set. Dig it out of the drawer. Open the case. Look closely. That small coin you forgot about might just be your biggest financial surprise yet. Your next vacation, your next investment, your next big break. It could all start with a coin you already own. Top 3. Somewhere right now, in a box, drawer, or storage container across America, there's a tiny, shiny coin hiding in plain sight. A quarter. Just 25 cents. You might have it and not even know. But here's the twist. This small coin from the year 2015 could be worth thousands of dollars, not by chance, not by hype, but because of a stunning, rare, and completely unexpected mistake made by the US Mint. We're talking about the 2015 American State Quarter Dollar, pulled from an official US Mint proof set. These aren't the quarters you get in change. These are specially struck coins, minted with absolute precision and sealed away in collector cases, designed to look flawless, mirror-like, and perfect. But in 2015, something slipped through the cracks, and that mistake could make you rich. Most people collected the 50 state quarters and the America the Beautiful series for fun, for tradition, maybe to pass down to their kids. But very few knew that in a limited number of 2015 proof sets, something happened during production. Coins were struck with minting errors that transformed what should have been an ordinary proof coin into something breathtakingly valuable. We're talking about doubled dies. We're talking about missing mint marks. We're talking about coins struck on the wrong planchets, errors that should never, ever have made it out of the mint. But they did. And now, those coins are quietly circulating in the hands of unsuspecting people. And if you own a 2015 proof set, you could be holding one of those coins right now. Imagine this. You're dusting off an old drawer. You find a proof set you completely forgot about. You pop it open, and there it is, the 2015 quarter. Maybe it's the Homestead design. Maybe Kisatchie. Maybe Blue Ridge Parkway, Bombay Hook, or Saratoga. You glance at it. It shines. But then you notice something odd. The mint mark seems missing. Or maybe the image looks doubled. The edge isn't quite right. You flip it under a light, and your heart starts pounding. This is where everything changes. Because that little flaw? That tiny, nearly invisible mistake? That's not damage. That could be a major mint error, and those are worth money. Real money. Dealers and collectors across the US are hunting these coins aggressively. Why? Because they're incredibly hard to find. Only a tiny number were made in error. And most are still out there, tucked away in proof sets like yours, just waiting to be discovered. These 2015 proof quarters with rare errors have already made headlines. They've shown up at auctions and stunned the coin collecting world. And when they do, the bidding doesn't stop at 100 or even 1,000. When these coins are authenticated and graded, especially in PR 69 or PR 70 condition, they have sold for eye-popping amounts. And depending on the type of error and how flawless the coin is, some of these rare 2015 state quarters have sold for no less than $2,700, and in the highest, most premium cases, as much as $37,000. Yes, you heard that right. 1 quarter. 25 cents. Selling for $37,000. This is not a collector fantasy. These are real sales. Real buyers. Real profits. And these coins are still being found by ordinary people who were lucky, or smart, enough to check what they had. So the question is, have you checked your proof set? Don't assume just because it looks clean and shiny that everything is normal. Some of the rarest error coins in history have been hidden in plain sight, gleaming like all the others, but holding secrets that only a trained eye or a lucky break could reveal. And here's the thing, proof sets are not rare in themselves. But rare mistakes within proof sets? That's where the gold is. The US Mint produced tens of thousands of 2015 proof sets, but only a handful contain these ultra-rare errors. That's why you need to look now. Because collectors are scooping these up fast. Prices are climbing. And once these coins are in private hands, you may never get another shot. So go now. Pull out your 2015 proof set. Look at every detail. Look for a doubled image. A missing mint mark. Weak strikes. weird edges. If something looks suspicious, get it checked immediately by a professional grading service. You could be holding something that changes your entire financial situation. One mistake from the mint. One set you forgot you even had. One moment of curiosity. That's all it takes. And if you're lucky, you won't be holding just a quarter. You'll be holding a coin worth anywhere between $2,700 to an unbelievable $37,000. Yes. From 25 cents to 37 grand. So go. Check now. Before someone else cashes in on the opportunity you might be holding in your hand. Top 4. Most people have no idea that one of the most common-looking coins in America could actually be a hidden gold mine. In fact, right now, there could be a small plastic case tucked away in your home, inside a drawer, an old cabinet, or a forgotten box, and inside that case is a 25-cent coin that could change your life. We're talking about the 2016 American State Quarter Dollar from a U.S. mint-proof set. And while most people look at these coins as just shiny collectibles, a small number of these 2016 quarters are hiding a secret that even seasoned collectors weren't ready for. Because in 2016, during the production of these special proof sets, the U.S. Mint, known for its precision and control, let a few major mistakes slip through the cracks. And those mistakes? They've made some of these quarters incredibly rare. And when it comes to rare proof coins, rarity means serious money, you may be thinking. But 2016 isn't that long ago. Exactly. That's what makes this even crazier. These aren't ancient coins. These aren't rusty old cents from 1804 or silver dollars from the 1800s. These are modern coins. And yet, when the right error is found on a 2016 quarter, and it's in top condition, the value skyrockets. Why? Because these coins are proof strikes. They were never supposed to enter circulation. They were made specifically for collectors. The mint uses highly polished dies to make them gleam like mirrors. They're sealed in plastic. They're supposed to be flawless. So when a proof coin has a mint error, it's not just rare. It's ultra rare. Some of the 2016 quarters from proof sets have been found with doubling in the design, known as a doubled die, where the image or letters appear to have a ghosted twin. Others have been found with missing mint marks, off-metal planchets, misaligned strikes, and even die gouges. And because these coins are so beautifully made, even the slightest error stands out like a spotlight to experienced collectors. But here's the catch: to most people, they still just look like normal quarters. That's why so many of these treasures are still sitting in homes across the country, completely undiscovered. People have no idea that their 2016 proof set might contain a coin that could pay off debt, cover rent for a year, or even fund a dream vacation. Think about it. You might already own a coin that others are desperately searching for, and you wouldn't even know unless you looked very closely. Now, let's talk about designs. In 2016, the beautiful quarters featured national landmarks like Shawnee National Forest in Illinois, Cumberland Gap in Kentucky, Harper's Ferry in West Virginia, Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, and Fort Moultrie in South Carolina. Each of these quarters from the 2016 proof set has been found with errors in extremely rare cases. If yours has one of these flaws, especially if it's graded PR69 or PR70 by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, you're no longer holding a quarter. You're holding a ticket to a big payday. Collectors are always willing to spend for the perfect combination: modern, rare, and beautiful. And the 2016 proof error quarters check all those boxes. So the real question is, have you checked your 2016 proof set lately? Because every day, more and more of these rare coins are being discovered and pulled out of circulation. Every day, more people are waking up to the fact that they were sitting on a treasure for years, without ever realizing it, and some of these coins are fetching prices that would make anyone's jaw drop. Depending on the type of error, the coin's condition, and the specific design, these 2016 American State Quarter Dollars from U.S. Mint proof sets have sold for values ranging from $2,700 all the way up to $44,000. Yes, that's not a typo. From just one 25-cent coin to as much as $44,000. This isn't a fairy tale. This is happening. And the next valuable coin could be sitting in your home right now, sealed in a proof set you haven't looked at in years. So don't wait. Open up your 2016 proof sets. Look at every quarter. Examine the details, the letters, the images, the mint mark. Check for doubling. Check for anything that looks off, no matter how small. And if something doesn't look right, get it graded, because in the world of coins, the smallest mistake could lead to the biggest payday. And when it comes to the 2016 proof quarters, that payday could be anywhere from $2,700 to a jaw-dropping $44,000. So go find your treasure before someone else finds theirs. Top 5. Right now, millions of people across America are sitting on hidden money, and they don't even know it. It's not in their bank accounts. It's not in stocks. It's not buried in the backyard. It's in something smaller, much smaller. A shiny little coin, quietly sealed in a plastic case. A coin that most people think is worth just 25 cents. But that 2019 American state quarter dollar from the US Mint proof set? It might just be your ticket to thousands of dollars. You see, in 2019, the US Mint released beautifully polished, limited edition proof sets. These weren't coins made for circulation. They were struck with precision, made to perfection, and sealed tight in protective cases for collectors. But even in this ultra-controlled environment, where everything is supposed to be flawless, something unexpected happened: mistakes. And when the US Mint makes a mistake, and that mistake gets captured forever on a shiny proof quarter, that's when things get very interesting. Because now, collectors are searching high and low for specific 2019 quarters with rare mint errors, and they are willing to pay serious money for them. Let that sink in. One small error, one slight variation, one detail most people would never notice, can instantly turn a common coin into a rare collector's dream. Think about the designs from that year: Lowell National Historical Park, American Memorial Park, Warren the Pacific National Historical Park, San Antonio Missions, and Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness. Each of those 5 quarters was part of the 2019 America the Beautiful series, released in both circulating and proof forms. But when it comes to value, it's not the regular change that's worth hunting. It's the proof version. These are the coins with that deep mirror finish, struck multiple times for crisp detail. They were never meant to leave their cases. But here's the shocking part: some of them were made with errors. Minting anomalies. And that's where the gold is. Errors like doubled dies, where the design or lettering appears to have been stamped twice. Missing or misaligned mint marks. Weak strikes. Reverse die chips. Even coins struck on the wrong planchet, using metal that wasn't meant for a quarter at all. To the untrained eye, it's just a shiny coin. But to a collector? It's a jackpot. And people are finding these coins, not in bank vaults or museums, but in proof sets they've owned for years. Sealed in boxes. Sitting on shelves. Forgotten in closets. So ask yourself, do you have a 2019 proof set? Have you ever actually looked closely at the quarters inside? Because if you haven't, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure. Just imagine this. You're flipping through your collection. You open up that black box from the US Mint. Inside, you see the 5 beautiful state quarters from 2019. You pick one up and look at it under the light. Something looks different. The image is slightly ghosted. The mint mark looks soft. You check again. You do a little research, and then it hits you. You're holding a coin with a verified mint error. And when you send it off for grading, it comes back as PR69 with a rare doubled die or a known reverse flaw. Now you're not just holding a quarter. You're holding cash. Real money. Because depending on the specific design, the error type, and the condition, rare 2019 proof quarters have already been sold to collectors and dealers for anywhere between $2,700 all the way up to $4,000. That's not a rumor. That's not a guess. That's cold, hard auction history. A 25-cent coin. Sold for up to $4,000. You might walk past a quarter on the sidewalk every day and never think twice. But the real treasure isn't on the ground. It's in your collection. In your proof set. Sealed and waiting. The US Mint has produced billions of coins. But only a tiny fraction have these rare, collectible-worthy mistakes. And the 2019 proof quarters, especially those still sitting untouched in homes around the country, are quickly becoming some of the most hunted modern coins out there. Collectors are looking for them right now. Dealers are buying them. Prices are rising. So what are you waiting for? Go find that 2019 proof set. Open it. Examine every quarter under a bright light. Look closely at the text. Look at Washington's profile. Look at the landmarks. Anything that looks doubled, blurry, missing, or just off, that could be the sign of a rare minting error. And if you think you've found something, send it in for grading. Because what looks like just another coin could end up changing your bank account. Again, depending on the grade and the type of error found, the 2019 proof quarters have been valued anywhere from $2,700 up to an incredible $4,000. One tiny coin. One small discovery. One chance at thousands. Go check yours now, before someone else cashes in on theirs.